Control deck, that is Hercules away.
Control copies, Hercules away.
Control deck, that is Hercules past the transom.
Hercules past the transom.
Control deck, that is tether all out.
Roger, tether all out.
Control deck, I have Hercules starting to tend off to starboard side, just as an FYI.
Control copies, clear to launch at Atlanta.
Control back deck, that is Atalanta away.
Back deck, that is Hercules. Dive, dive, dive.
Check, check, check.
Back deck control.
Control, go for back deck.
We are holding position.
Copy, is holding position. We are all stop 50 meters, sending control to the van.
Control copy.
That was easy. Hey, Dan, we doing okay over there? You okay? So, if I can quickly, while we're on our way to the bottom, it's May 18th here on the vessel, but it's May 17th back in the world. So, I'd like to recognize that our ROV engineering intern has sacrificed walking in her college graduation to be with us today. So, I would like to recognize Mackenzie Hilburn, having completed all of the requirements for graduation from the Missouri University of Science and Technology. You are hereby awarded a Bachelor of Something degree in some specialty. Congratulations.
Oh, yay! Congratulations, Mackenzie.
Thank you. This is such an honor. I'm so proud. That was great. Thanks, Ed.
You bet.
That was great, man.
Yeah, now you can say you walked at 80 meters below the sea for your graduation.
440? Ooh. Is it shallow here? Roger.
And to be clear, is it a Bachelor of Science in Aeronautical Engineering?
Yeah, aerospace.
Aerospace engineering?
Yeah.
Fantastic. And here you are in inner space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's start moving now. 0.3. Yep. Just give them my range and bearing. Lights coming on.
Thank you.
sorry, I'll step up the winch. I got a bit distracted.
That's on me.
I'll cut you a little slack this time. I gotta come faster. Okay, Mackenzie, you can come a little faster now. We'll come 25 meters a minute.
Okay.
Bearing. Say bearing. Point 3, yeah. Oreo's clever enough to know, but some of the other mates might like turn the ship's heading, which would be catastrophe. I wonder if we're going to have this current for the whole dive. That's going to be a challenge. That's a noteworthy one for the log, so sure and hand that over. Or maybe I'll just put it in chat.
I don't remember it ever being an issue for ROV piloting, Dan, but one of the things the current does is waft the plume.
Right. Yeah, I'm not getting any beams yet. But you're saying 250? How about 230? Right.
Dan, are we all right to open up party line, do some introductions,
Probably.
and then maybe talk about some science?
We're probably almost on the bottom. Stand by.
How far till
Nope.
the deepest part?
Stand by.
But where are we now? Oh. Yeah. So discuss that with the scientists if they want to drop down at another point earlier, or wait. How long is the move? Yeah. Well, they may want to do something else. I want to do something else.
Science party, this is Nav.
Yeah, we're just discussing it.
Yep.
So we might want to go to the rim first, I guess. Yeah, if we went to waypoint 13 and came around. Or 14, or 14 actually. I mean, that's what?
But yeah, since you're going so fast.
Those waypoints are probably on the rim,
Yeah.
so you could go up to here, around, and then down slope to these.
And then back up,
Yeah,
because we still want to try to get down there.
yeah, but not first.
Yeah, okay, just in case. Okay. So it looks like if we could head for waypoint 13, and then go up to 14 and around the top of the caldera rim. Would that suit you in the front row?
Suits me just fine.
Yep.
I won't know
Sounds
until I
good.
get there whether it suits me or not. So, but I'm willing to yeah, put Herc right down in the middle of it.
Ed,
Verena
Yep.
caught the bit
could I
about
have
the
the
current there,
bottom
but
monitor
I don't
on
know if you guys
HyPAC survey,
took
please,
that
over
into
here?
consideration. I don't know if it'll be, if we'll have the current at depth or not. I can't tell right now because the boat's moving, so it's dragging us. But let's come on, stop
Bottom
there, Mackenzie.
monitor, HyPAC survey.
I'll stop on the winch.
Roger.
Yeah, so it's, let's, hold on, let me get my ducks in a row here. Let's talk about this a bit. So Nautilus is it's challenging for Nautilus to move sideways into that current. So they're really going to struggle. And if Nautilus loses DP, it's going to push the boat to the south rapidly. So if
Where
we
is
are
the
on
best
the north
place in
side,
this room to see the depth?
what's that?
On the,
So if we're on the north side of this caldera and we're down below the caldera, right now we have...
then I can get up that screen. Yeah, I was just looking at Bree's screen.
Are you guys listening,
But,
back row?
No, sorry.
Yeah, so one of the issues we have here is we have a pretty significant current pushing us to the south.
Yes.
About 1 knot. So one of the things to consider is if Nautilus loses DP, that's going to push the boat rapidly to the south. So, and
Okay, so you...
and if we can come up about 60 meters a minute, 1 knot, but that's panic. Our usual ascent rate is like, 10 meters a minute, or 30 meters a minute, sorry. So that puts us in what we call a blow-on situation, which is depending on the steepness of the wall and how far down we are on the north side, that could be, that's a risk. And I don't know what the currents are going to be on the seabed till we actually get there, but that's something to consider on the dive plan here.
So what is your suggestion, Dan?
I don't really have any suggestions. I'm just noting that as the 1 knot current's significant.
Yes.
It will be significant also if we have it on the seabed for Hercules to operate in, because that's getting up there to the point where, we have to basically keep our nose into it somewhat to maintain control of the vehicle. We'll see when we get there, but I'm just letting you know.
All right.
South, given the surface conditions, would be preferable to me. But if that current persists at depth, it would be nice to approach, into the current. So if, you know, we get in the plume and get lost, we let go of it and we blow away to the south. And that also works good too. So if Nautilus had to go, for example, to the north right now, she would probably struggle pretty much. As you saw, as we started moving to the west there, see Nautilus's track line, it fell off to the south.
Yep.
So we can discuss, let me discuss, let Anna discuss with the bridge. I don't know why they don't have their nose into it, probably for the swell. So you might get Oreo to cheat a little, but you might ask him as well. We can discuss with the bridge if we can. Yeah. They're already struggling.
Yeah, they're having a little, the bridge is having a little bit of problems with DP, so if they can stand by
you might
for
let
a
them
moment.
know that we have a 1 knot current to the south.
Yep.
So if they want to bring their head around, they may can. I don't want to tell them how to drive the boat, but
yeah.
I do anyways. Sometimes I go up there and tell them.
Head into the current.
And just give them the option.
Yeah.
If they want to bring their head around to the north a little, that might help.
But
So just FYI, back row and everyone, we're on what we refer to up here as a Nautilus holiday at the moment. So the boat is drifting at 0.8 of a knot in some southwesterly direction. So we're going to hang out here for the ride till they get the vessel under control. Bonus is we'll get there quicker. Some of the best. I'll tell you a story while we're waiting. We were doing an ONC engineering cruise with a character that Verena probably knows, Ian Coolin, who is famous for $1 a second, which is also where I come from. What it costs for us all to be sitting here. And the spread rate, as we call it, or the cost of the boat and all of our food and salaries and spare parts and all that. Anyways, another character by the name of Steve Mahaley, scientist I've worked with for many years, really wanted to do some science samples, but it was an engineering cruise, so the two of them are, you know, always having lively discussions on what the dive priorities are.
I'm loving where this is going.
And so he wanted to go, what is the big structure down south? El Guapo, maybe? And we were up at Smoke and Mirrors. And anyways, Nautilus, we had a little bit of weather, or current, I can't remember which Nautilus was struggling, and we lost DP. So, and we went on quite a holiday to the south at 1 knot. And we knew the structure was coming. It was, you know, they're quite tall, 60 meters or whatever. So we came up, we knew where the top of it was, so we came up just over the top of it, and we went right over the top of it in the smoke plume, and we dropped down and got video of it on the way by. But it was a pretty quick run. So we were well to the south of it when Nautilus regained control and got her heading back and everything, and then we had to do this long transit back to the north. And it was, you know, slow transit. So we dropped right down and we went over the structure and pulled Niskins and got some good video. And it was a fantastic opportunity. We never would have gone that far south. It took like, it was probably a whole hour-long episode at least. And
I can see the scene.
Ian was
Yes.
this, you know, steam coming out of his ears, pulling his hair out, and Mahaley was just happy as a clam. He wanted to actually stop on the way back north, and that was obviously not an option. But
I was working up at MEF once, and we were trying to find something, and we were headed in the wrong direction, and I was getting text messages from an ROV pilot I know on shore who knows the site very well. He's like, no, it's to your left. You got to go over the pass on the left and then drop down. And it's just funny to have somebody on shore watching who knows the site so well. So thanks for the help, Medium Keith.
I have to look at the cheater map, and there's a nice one that Mbari has done that has, you know.
Yeah, when you have a study site that people have been to often enough, or there's a photo mosaic.
I'm going to drop off here. And
yeah, I'm
talk
listening
to
too.
Derek.
When we can put that as an underlay on our nav screen, so then we actually know where all the vents and the hazards are for the tether. Kind of handy.
So while we're on our descent, we'll just take a moment to do a quick introduction of our dive plan and what we're hoping to see on the dive today at Daikoku Seamount. Verena, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Daikoku is a volcano in the northern part of the Mariana Arc. Some of us have had the great pleasure of diving here a couple of times before, so we have some idea what's down on the bottom. We will be going down on the northwest flank to about 400 meters, and this is a volcano that erupted a little while ago. Bill Chadwick can give a little more information on that, but it's been bubbling pure sulfur since we first visited here in 2004, so then we're 20 years later. It is, when we get down to the bottom, white and yellow sediments everywhere. There are bubbles of molten sulfur coming out. There's a place that we're trying to get to here as the ship is repositioning. It's called the Sulfur Cauldron, which is a little depression in the seafloor with molten sulfur in it, which is rather impressive if we can see through the plumes, because there is a lot of sulfur particulates coming out of this volcano and visibility can be pretty bad. So hopefully that'll work out. One of the fascinating biological features of this seamount is the very impressive population of flatfish that live on it. It's one of the few fish that are endemic to hydrothermal vents. There's quite a lot of fish called eel pouts that are endemic elsewhere in the world, but this is the only flatfish that is known. And not to give away too much, just in case, they can be found here in very large numbers. This is not a big fish at all. It's not a target for fisheries because it's usually only about 15 centimeters long, maybe up to 20, but that's rare. And they carpet the seafloor in certain areas here. So that's one of the things that we want to look at is what the status of that population is here. Maybe it's increased, maybe it's decreased, because we know this volcano is going in and out. So there's really interesting geological features, there's really interesting biological, and then the how the venting is occurring. We've got some water samplers on the front of Hercules in case we are able to actually get good venting that doesn't include a lot of molten sulfur, which kind of gums up the works. So we'll see what we can do there. And if we're really lucky, we will try to get down in the top of the caldera. So we're on the flank going to try to go down here if we can on the rim of the caldera and then go down on the flank to where the cauldron is. And a little later on, we will attempt to go down into the gullet of the volcano, which can be a little challenging due to visibility. Bill, maybe you want to say something about the activity of this place.
The gullet is a very biological term. Yeah, at the top of this very steep-sided cone, I'd call it a crater rather than a caldera, just because it's smaller than a caldera. But yeah, it's a pit at the top. From previous visits, we know there's sulfur at the bottom of that big summit crater, and then there's also sulfur in this little smaller crater on the northwest flank that we've called sulfur cauldron before. Yeah, and so there's a lot of magmatic gases coming out at the top of this volcano. So those, once we get down to the bottom, we'll see those. So there's mostly CO2 and SO2, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide. So the CO2 is going to be coming out in places as bubbles, clear bubbles, and the sulfur dioxide, when it comes out, and mixes with seawater, it disassociates or disproportionates, or there's some specific term of the chemical reaction, and it forms tiny droplets of sulfur. So it goes straight from a gas, SO2, to this particulate sulfur, and that's what creates these white clouds that Verena was describing. So where there's lots of SO2 coming out, there's also poor visibility because of these white clouds, and the cloudiness is created by all these tiny particles of sulfur. But there's so much sulfur coming out that it's accumulating and then remelting, and that's what's making these molten sulfur ponds that we've encountered on the seafloor before. So it's you kind of have to shake your head of seeing a liquid while you're underwater. But, you know, molten sulfur is denser than water, so it pools in depressions. And I think the melting point of sulfur is around 150 degrees C, so where you see it, it's warm. Where it's molten, it's because there's heat coming out also. We'll see lots of places where it's solid also, so that's coating the rocks or coating the bottom. So wherever there's heat coming out, it's somewhat easily melted and becomes molten. But then, you know, it's got all this colder seawater on top of it, so commonly it has sort of a crust that's a little bit rubbery, kind of flexible, so it kind of undulates and just all looks very strange at the bottom of the ocean. But we will want to be very careful around that because we don't want to, from past experience, it's possible to dip the ROV into a little molten sulfur pond and all of a sudden you've got sulfur all over the vehicle, which is not terrible, but not great. So we want to avoid doing that. It's a little bit like a Dairy Queen dipped cone, and you know, with the chocolate crunchy outside. That's kind of what the sulfur does, is it coats everything and solidifies. It doesn't taste as good though.
So that's not a geological term or a biological
term.
term.
That's like.
Nor is it a paid endorsement.
Bill wants some dessert.
How about, Bill, the mapping we did this morning as we were crossing over? I know there was some excitement about seeing that imagery.
I'm gonna jump in there, kids.
Okay.
Some discussions up here about ships heading and current and winds. And
okay.
Blah, blah, blah. But the short story is we're thinking we drop down right here and see what we see.
Okay.
You all right with that? So
you'll be on the southeast rim of this crater, it looks like.
I don't know. I'm just a bus driver. To me, that looks like squiggly lines and colored squares.
Trust me.
I trust you, Bill, but I'm going to verify that if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Dan, before we start down, you want to do a white balance up here just in case it's murky down there?
No, I want to get down.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mackenzie, let's... Other way. We'll find you some clear water, Ed.
Right. No, I was trying to say 150, yeah. So is the red line Hercules on the nav screen?
On
yeah, red is Hercules.
Okay.
They are holding position, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah, you can if you want. Bridge, ROV, get ready to witness Herc versus the volcano. What's that?
What's our plan here?
We're going to drop down and acquire the seabed and see if I can hold on to it.
Get a plume or, yeah, plume.
Come on, I'll stop there, Mackenzie.
Roger.
I'll stop on the winch.
Yeah.
You can let go a little faster than it.
Okay. Yeah.
seeing some white plumes below us.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's promising.
We're still
Now
a
this is,
ways off the bottom, but
so that's,
Yeah.
what was the depth at the crater rim?
I'm not sure exactly below us. I would think it'd be a little bit below 300.
Yeah, okay.
Well, right here, we're not going to see a lot. Yeah, so I want to, I'm keen to, we're really close. I'm keen to see what the current's doing down here. And I can't do that hanging on the back of Herc's tail. So let me have a look and then,
Okay, sounds like we're going to head to the bottom and see what the currents are like. And that'll give us an idea of how best to maneuver around here. I think both the ship and the ROV are struggling a little bit with the current since we're in relatively shallow water, just at about 300 meters right now.
current and visibility, Dr. Chadwick. We're going to approach from somewhere we can see, right? Fly around the clouds.
Lower your expectations is what I would say. It's going to be murky at times.
Wouldn't
I
be
just
any fun if
remember,
it wasn't.
exactly, if it was perfectly clear water, then no venting.
I would be bored.
Yep. We need a challenge, Dan.
Okay, I'm going to try and come up and back up under you. So if you want to turn on your thrusters and hold your heading. If I can back up. Hercules has, basically has ISE boat propellers on it. It goes like a Banshee forward, but it's like with your Zodiac, you put it in reverse and gas the throttle and it tries to rip your engine off. This comes up. It's kind of similar here. I'm still sliding to the south pretty good. I can't even come around. I hear a rumbling. What's happening? So we want to. We haven't even got there yet, Derek. I can't even spin around at the moment. Yeah. So that's one of my tells there. You hear that rumbling? You hear the rumbling? I immediately look at that. It's like, what's going on? What are you doing?
So this is likely to be coming from the crater itself, is it not? And then sort of flowing down the flank.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should tell us where they adjust their heading. So technically they should tell us before they change their heading, but they don't often do that, especially the newer mates. I'll usually bark at them for doing that. But that's also why I like to see the ship here, because it's something, you know, she'll run away or she'll change heading or start moving off. And often they have their hands full up there. They're trying to, you know, keep all of us from drowning. So they may not tell us right away or may not answer. So if we're aware of it, and that's also part of Mackenzie's job over there is to keep an eye on it. That'll happen when we're all focused on a sample or something, or we all are looking at one of the 20 monitors up here and we'll miss it and the ship will be doing a knot and we won't know it till all of a sudden, you know, we're getting pulled. So what I'm doing now, I'm going to come on the north side of Atalanta, and for obvious reasons, I want to be up on the shallow side when we drop down. Trying. So I'm also going to put Hercules right to the north. I am struggling a little bit here, and
Right.
yeah, I can see there in Atalanta where that uphill is. And I can also feel, so I'm crabbing right now. So I'm going to want to have my head in the current when we come down, because if Hercules turns sideways, it gets blown away. Give us a second here and we'll get our ducks in a row. You can bring your head to the north, please.
Roger.
Negative on that. So, because, oh, to move it? Yeah. Yeah, we can do it. I thought you were going to adjust something else. Yeah, yeah. Roger. Yeah. Roger. Okay, stand by, Bill. Sorry, Bill. Too many conversations going. So I'm in my comfort zone here. I can see Hercules. I can see the bottom with my instruments. We have, ship has swung its sighting around to the north, so basically all our ducks in a row. And
Hey, Dan?
if you give us a approximate range and bearing, we'll make it happen. I'm about. Yeah, so you want to, which way would you move now? North, northwest? Roger. Waypoint 1 is, yeah. Okay, let's try it. See if that, so that's going to move the ship sideways. So it's going to be noisy, but we'll give it a go, see if she can do it.
I mean, that's where we've had success before in our
Roger.
dives.
Okay.
Doing that.
Do it, Anna. Do
Okay.
it. See if the ship can do it.
Okay.
Hey, Dan, I think your Herc butt light is out.
It's not on.
Thank you.
So for everybody online, just to update you, we've been discussing the situation here in the control van and figuring out how the best strategy for getting the ship and ROV in the right place. So we've decided to move the ship a bit, and so it might be a little bit of a wait until we get back down to the bottom, but hopefully there'll be a place with good visibility and a good place to start the dive.
One of the things to consider if the navigators and the dive planners are listening, you see the track line that we did? So we started out right over the waypoint, and then we tracked the line at 1 knot because we had the excessive south current, which took us to where we didn't want to be.
Yep.
So one of the things we do if we have that kind of current is we kind of, start upstream or start downstream, put some in the bank, and then it's a bit of a crapshoot, but then in theory, once we stop at 50 meters, we're in the right place. We have to do that, for example, when we have the loop currents or the equatorial currents down here.
It's interesting. I don't remember these currents before, Bill. Maybe we've just hit at the wrong time of one thing or another. Who knows?
Yeah, we could have also, waited till slack tide,
Yep.
like diving on Folger's Peak.
Yeah.
Or anywhere in the strait. We have to wait on the slack current and then go way upstream and check the ROV in and ride the river till you get to the bottom. Then you get, an hour on the bottom maybe, and you have to pull it. Otherwise, you can't. Currents come up, you can't control it.
Yeah. Have you dived off the Fraser estuary on the Venus node there?
Yeah, many times.
Yep. Yes.
I got
Trying
it.
to plug in there is a problem.
Yeah, I've made that plug in and unplugged it. Why do we have to unplug it? I had fun down there.
Oh man, it can be screaming down there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes. We've had collapses on the Fraser estuary that have wiped out, tumbled some of the instruments, and then trying to get them out of the mud is.
Yeah, there was an IP that went all the way down the slope there too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Mike got hung up on the horns there once for a couple hours. I took an image of the Fraser River freshet. That is like the image if you Google it now. It's like.
Oh, fantastic. Yes.
All the way up to the top of the Tully, that observation deck. Got a really nice shot of it.
Pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you zoom in, there's birds that feed off the distressed marine life as the freshwater layer moves in.
That was a real challenge with the cable ship getting that node in there in the first place.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Fun.
This is killing me. We're over a waypoint and we're not on the seabed.
That one's for later. We're building suspense.
Yeah, you are. I was promised a 30-minute descent and a volcano. I'm sorely disappointed.
You get 5 30-minute descents and a volcano.
There's never any promises here.
No.
So, Bill, was there a little change in the topography on bathymetry or not?
I'm not sure.
On the north side, okay.
It's going to take a little closer look to tell. I'm leaning towards no, because the summit crater looks pretty much the same, I think. But yeah, that sort of valley on the northeast flank seems a little more prominent than I remember, but yeah, we'll have to do a little more careful comparison later.
Okay, yeah, overnight there was careful mapping of the top of this volcano, so Bill has been sort of thinking about whether or not the bathymetry has changed since when was it last done? 2016?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Too bad we don't have Norbit on. You could get some...
Yeah, I know. I asked about that, but somebody else is using it.
Yeah, it's on holiday right now.
You know, you can go rent an R2 Sonics at your offshore 7-Eleven or a Reson for like the price of a Slurpee. You could put a 3D LiDAR on here too and really wow up.
Yeah.
Map City, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Just time and money, Bill. That's all we need,
Yeah.
time and money.
Yeah.
This is fantastic science, but a very expensive hobby.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to come back here with my Blue Robotics ROV 300 meters so I can get there.
Nope.
What? Why not?
This ship time will cost you more than...
I come out here in a Zodiac with a...
towing a fuel barge.
Maybe I'll come with my sailboat. Actually, we're going to come with Ben's sailboat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, hey, that'd be good.
That'd be good.
Look how cloudy it is, so we're going over the, let's see, yep, we're right over the top of the crater here.
Want to drop down and have a look?
I think Bill's right. I think we need to get our bearings before we attempt that.
I got my bearings.
There,
Okay.
there was quite a plume. There was a plume coming out in the survey this morning. So.
Yeah, I saw the Purdy picture.
Yeah.
We're on the wrong side. We've made a nice triangle on the nav screen though. You still remember Sakatoa? You're a recent graduate.
Recent.
Yeah.
What are
Recent.
the
like 2 hours.
what's the angle of the dangle of that triangle we're drawing there?
Oh.
What are the different sides names? I can't remember any of that stuff. I'm surrounded by engineers. I don't need to.
Hypotenuse.
My math teacher told me I wouldn't always have a calculator in my pocket.
Right.
Just, math teacher, if you're watching. Kyle, we cut you off earlier there. It's a good time to do your thing if you want.
All right, yeah, we can rock.
Let's rock.
I mean, I'm loving all the chatter, and I feel like, the stories about similar experiences you've had and tricky to navigate dive sites is fascinating to me. And of course, people at home are probably wondering, who are these people on this 8 to 12 watch? Who are they and where did they come from and what do they do here?
And there's a few interlopers.
Yeah, we do have some interlopers with us. The team is always, like the cauldron, it's expanding and bubbling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Retracting and expanding.
Geologic analogy there,
Right.
Kyle.
You're teasing me now. You're teasing me. Rumor is it's bubbling.
As we cruise right over the top.
And some are at CO2 bubbles, and some are
Yeah. Right. Stowaways.
sulfur bubbles.
We already have some on Atlantis Lens, it looks like.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, actually.
So, science team, why don't we start top row today? Bill, you can lead us off. Your name, I'm going to give you an extra bonus question, so hang tight. Your name, what you're doing here, and because we're dealing with some maybe adaptable creatures here down at the basin, an adaptable creature that gives you pause that you're impressed by.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Okay, Bill Chadwick from Oregon State University. I'm usually on another watch, but I'm very interested in this site, so I'm going to be in here a lot of the day. Let's see, I'm a geologist and volcanologist and adaptable creature.
Come on, you know what was on top of the boiling sulfur.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to save that for you, though.
No, it's okay.
No?
You can have it.
Okay. The flatfish that Verena was talking about, that hopefully we're going to see on the bottom here. It's, I think what's so fun about it to me is we don't really understand why they're here in so much abundance, and this flatfish is only found on submarine volcanoes with high sulfur environments, hydrothermal vent environments. So we don't really understand why. What's the connection with the sulfur? What do they eat exactly? How do they make a living in this environment? I'm really I'm fascinated by the possibility that they have some sort of microbial symbiont in their body, but we don't know that at all. So if that's true or false. But yeah, so I kind of like that they're here and like super obvious, but we don't really understand them yet, and so I kind of like that mystery. Don't have to know all the answers all the time. That's part of the fun of science, is trying to figure things out.
That's why we're here. Thanks, Bill. Sean, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm Sean McDuff with the Mariana Trench Marine National Monument based out of Saipan. I am a marine biologist and a resource monitor on this cruise.
Sorry, I pulled you around there.
The animal I was gonna pick was the flatfish, so I'm gonna stick to that. And descriptions, I'm just gonna what Bill said, keeping it short and sweet.
All right, so no shallow water comparison. An animal maybe has some symbiotic relationship in the reef? Anything?
Well, the coral themselves are a keystone species. They provide the whole structure and nutrient cycling that makes reefs super diverse and important. So yeah, being in the deep, yeah, I'm gonna stick. I'll go with the flatfish, since that's probably what we're gonna be seeing a lot of, hopefully.
Yeah. All right, Verena, passing to you.
Hi, I'm Verena Tunnicliffe from University of Victoria in Canada, and I'm the watch lead here for the 8 to 12. And I'll just mention an animal that we may see right at the beginning here, which is a tube worm, and it is a very strong analogy with the coral reefs with their symbiotic algae. This tube worm has symbiotic bacteria and depends completely on chemosynthesis for its existence. Now, we saw tube worms on our first dive out here down on Toto Caldera, which is south of Guam. We're, 800 to 1,000 kilometers further north? I don't actually, maybe 800 kilometers further north. I don't actually know.
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head, but we're up at 20-some degrees north, and down there we were at 12 and a half or something, so a long way.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that the tube worm species that we're going to see today is not the same as what was down on Toto Caldera. The species we have here seems to exist only in the northern Mariana and then up on the continuation of the Mariana Arc further north, which is the Izubonan Arc. It occurs up there as well. So, yep, we hopefully see that with its little, it also has some commensals on the tube, beautiful little anemones. Okay.
All right, I'm Jacob. I'm a first-year PhD student with University of Rhode Island, Graduate School of Oceanography. I'm out here to collect rock samples for the kind of rock library at GSO. And I think getting to the whole flatfish frenzy, my sister texted a very funny text about the flatfish, and I just want to shout her out a little bit. Quote, "I bet those fish look super messed up. Endemic to sulfur pockets in some of the deepest points of the entire world. They have got to be messed up." End quote. Thought those are pretty funny, but
I like it.
I think creature that gives me pause are those clams, chemosynthetic clams that kind of inhabit the vent sites. I don't know, just very interesting to me. They're a lot larger than I thought they would be when we brought them up for the first time, so yeah.
My name is Brianna. I'm a third-year PhD student at Harvard in the Department of Organismic and Evolutionary Biology. I study sea spiders. Still have my fingers crossed we'll eventually see some. And what I'm doing is I'm a data logger, so I'm just like recording all of the things that we see, helping process samples. And I think one of the organisms that kind of is really interesting to me is the stoplight loosejaw fish. I think they're really cool. I think it's very interesting their use of red light, just because, you know, once you get into the ocean, red is like one of the colors you stop seeing first. So very interesting how they have an adaptation to actually use that.
Where do they live?
I don't know exactly where, but they live in terms of depth, it's like 500 to I think like 4,000 meters deep. There you can find them.
They're pelagic or?
Yeah.
What do they look like?
They kind of they're actually really small, and literally their bottom jaw is like a hinge. It's like completely flat, and it's the one that closes.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Is the red light
the red
lure kind of thing?
No, actually the red lights are underneath their eyes. Oh. So it kind of acts like a night vision almost. Oh. So that's what I feel like makes it really interesting, because it's literally underneath their eyes is where the light comes from.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that's me pulling the tether tight. It pulls Atlanta around, and when I slack off it snaps back to the outer.
Kyle, did you introduce yourself?
I didn't. I was going to go last.
Okay, here you go.
Well, I think I'll first jump down. We'll do front row, and then I'll close out.
Ah, saving the best for last.
Extra think time. That's my special request. So front row, we could have you jump in to share who you are, what you're doing, and a creature with an adaptation that gives you pause or you are impressed with.
Do you want me to start?
Go ahead, Mackenzie, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Mackenzie. I'm the Atalanta pilot. And a creature, I guess it's not a specific adaptation per se, but I've always been really impressed with birds. So you think about seagulls and pigeons and urban birds. I mean, they're pests, but they weren't always, and I've always thought it's just really, I don't know, admirable in a way that they just kind of carve out their own space in like human infrastructure. You know, you'll see them nesting on the sides of buildings and just kind of making their own their own place, whether we like it or not, but still.
What about our little pet birds on this ship? Pet, and not really pet, but...
Our hitchhikers.
Yes, yeah,
Yep, I love to go out and just sit on the monkey deck and watch them. They, especially at sunset, they just kind of hang out.
What are they?
I think they're boobies.
Yeah, I that's what I think I was told. Red-footed boobies, or they have red feet anyway.
They do have red feet. I think there's some maybe brown-footed ones too, but they're fishing for those flying fish. So you'll see the flying fish pop out of the water, and then the boobies will swoop down.
And I saw that happen the other day. Yeah, I saw them do that.
All right, thanks, Mackenzie. Just to also add to the kudos, Mackenzie took 4 exams while on board our expedition. So not only did she graduate, but she graduated and did final exams on the vessel. So shout out to you, Mackenzie.
Multitasking.
Right. While the boat was moving. Yeah.
Only got seasick once.
Not only moving, but she's been quite busy on the ROV.
Indeed.
Trying to learn everything I can.
Dan, if you are in a moment where you can multitask as well.
Sure, I'm Dan sitting in the Herc chair, driving it like I stole it. My most impressive subsea animal for me is probably the ctenophore. They're so many colors, and they have, I know they don't have LED lights, but I like to think they have LED lights. I like things that blink, blinky lights, and whenever we come across them, I think they're pretty amazing. Voracious predators of the deep. And yeah, congratulations to Mackenzie. Not only has she been managed to graduate, but she's also been a tremendous help on the ROV system, and right there, eager to learn, working on the deck, out working with Michael, risking her life, and putting up with me. We've been into the bowels of some of the ROV, and she's been a trooper, soaking it up like a sponge.
Great shipmate.
I remember when I first came into this van, I was so overwhelmed, and I've had a lot of kids, as I call them, new kids, sit next to me, and you know, by our 3rd dive, Mackenzie is she's anticipating what needs to be done and doing it, which is awesome to see.
Well, I've got good teachers. Everyone aboard this ship has just been so awesome. It's truly, it's been one of the best experiences of my life so far. Hopefully many such experiences to come.
I love hearing Dan pick up a sample and saying, Mackenzie, if you could go ahead and oh, you already did it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's you, Lynette, visiting navigator.
Stowaway nav.
Oh gosh. I'm Lynette. I'm one of the navigators.
Oh.
We have to interrupt this for an official ceremony here.
Oh, that's awesome.
Stealing your
Thank
thunder.
you so much. Okay, which side does the tassel
This
go
is on Sat 3 for those at home.
Like on top of the headphones.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Turn around, Mackenzie.
Oh, that's
there
great.
we go.
Homemade cap.
Thank you guys. This is so awesome.
What's it say on top?
Class of
2025 with the Hercules on it and a little shrimp. Oh. Should I hold it up to one of the cameras here?
Yeah, you're on the front cam there in front of Nav. So let me see if I have you on pilot too.
I think you're on that one, Mackenzie.
Oh, on this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome.
Little tassel made of ship rope. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, Ed made me a little postage stamp sized diploma, so.
This is as real as a graduation gets at sea.
Yeah,
so.
I didn't even have to sit through 3 hours of names.
Yeah.
Right.
Bonus.
No rehearsal either.
Yeah.
We could organize that. I think we could put together a little commencement.
Just read a bunch of names.
Yeah.
They just open a phone book.
There's a comedian as Guido Sarducci who did a thing about 5-minute university.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But the first minute and a half was registration.
All right, Lynette, if nav team wants to introduce.
I'm going to laugh every time I look over at that.
Okay, I'm Lynette. I'm one of the navs. A creature with a special adaptation. I feel like I should be ready on this, but I'm not. I don't know. Deep sea creature, I really like crinoids, and they've been around forever. They must be doing something right.
You do have a thing for crinoids.
Oh, good. Another crinoid lover.
Let's drop down a little, Mackenzie.
Roger.
We're living large here. We're gonna move the winch and the boat. Sorry, come on, stop for a second. I pushed the wrong button here. Yeah. I think you're up, Anna.
Anna's next.
Oh, yeah, hi. I am Anna Coulson. I'm a navigator sitting next to Lynette. Yeah, we've been trying to get this ship back on station. There's a lot more current than we were expecting, I guess. For creatures, I really like the honeymoon sponge that we saw yesterday with the lonely shrimp inside. I've never seen anything like that, and felt kind of bad for the shrimp.
Yeah, they're usually there in pairs.
Yeah, I felt bad for that shrimp.
Poorly.
All right, Ed, you want to close out front row?
Sure, I'll close out with a specific, which is just any of the anglerfish. That's just such a clever adaptation. And like, how did that come about? And broadly,
Okay, Mackenzie.
all the chemosynthetic organisms that may provide the answer to how life started on Earth.
I'm going to look down at your camera a little bit.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I was thinking of an anglerfish too. So my name's Kyle Mentor. I'm the Science Communication Fellow here on the 8 to 12 watch. And my adaptation, my creature I was thinking of was the Chonocops, and the way that it has feet that allow it to walk on the seafloor. And my understanding, it is a type of anglerfish. It has a little lure on its forehead. And I've been thinking about ways to do like a water balloon sized paper mache project with my students to actually make a Chonocops with a little, lure that can extend, and then some little feet on it as well. So
yeah,
if anybody wants to get crafty with me.
I don't know.
I think some dive fins.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of thinking of a Halloween costume. But
yeah.
Yeah. So dive fins, and then make.
I went as a pumpkin
body.
one time.
Yeah, that'd be similar.
Yeah, in 7th grade, I went as a pumpkin, and then all my balloons fell out of my costume halfway through the day, so then I was just a deflated squash.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little sad.
Yeah.
Chinocops is kind of the creature du jour for the boat. It's just kind of universally loved by all watches.
So an update for anybody following along, we are here getting close to our waypoint for our Daikoku seamount dive, and our target depth is about 440 meters for this first waypoint, hoping to make our way towards the crater to investigate this environment and see potentially some flatfish. We have some flatfish fans here in the van. Bill, do you want to talk a little bit about this sort of ridge bank that we're right now kind of cruising over, and why we see the kind of variation in the depth or the height of the crater?
Well, where we're going to be starting the dive is on the northwest slope of this cone, volcanic cone that's at the top of the seamount. And at the tippy top, it's got this big crater that's, I don't know, 100 or 150 meters across. It's pretty big. But we're trying to start downslope of that where the visibility should be better. And yeah, it's an area where there's some hydrothermal vents. Lots of those flatfish have been seen in this area on previous visits. So yeah, we're trying to go down and spy on them for a bit, see what they're up to. Yeah, go from there.
I did want to share with you, there is a group joining from the Hatfield Visitor Center in Newport, Oregon.
Cool.
So
all right.
P and Dub representing. They're streaming in their auditorium.
Nice.
So.
Hello, Hatfield.
Hello, Newport.
Go Newport.
Yeah. Look at the particulates in the water, Bill.
Looks a little murky.
Mm-hmm.
If they could send out a Reuben and a Chipotle ale from the Rogue, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah.
So what is this that we're seeing?
It looks like we're seeing some seafloor here.
Bottom in sight.
There we go.
Definitely a bit of seafloor.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can see those sulfur crusts, those yellow layers on top of some rocks, I'd say. All that yellow stuff is sulfur that's probably come out, dropped down from the plume. In fact, you can see some particles falling down through the water.
Okay, Mackenzie, as you come over me, I'm going to have you spin probably clockwise.
Roger.
You're right on top of me at the moment.
Okay, so we're facing east, which is sort of upslope.
Indeed.
Depth is about 413 meters.
It looks sulfur all the way down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really impressive. He looks like you got this like volcanic ash on top.
Yeah, how far left on the move? Yeah, no, you can let it run out.
So we're looking at the gray stuff. Is that an ash? That's
I don't know.
By the way, I cheated. We're halfway between waypoint 1 and some other waypoints.
Yeah.
Yep, we noticed. Can't get away with it.
Yeah.
Waypoint
Desperate for the
Nazis.
bottom. Can you look to the left?
Yeah. come down a bit, Mackenzie? You're deeper water than I am now, so we're good.
Let's go around this and see what's behind it. We're kind of looking for a sedimented slope, and
Yeah.
so kind of want to get out of these rocky outcrops.
Right. We have about 10 meters left on the move, and
Okay.
Atlanta should move about 10 meters, which is going to put me...
You can sort of drift that direction.
Yeah, I won't have much choice. You can keep spinning around to the starboard now, Mackenzie. Come around on, look at Herc.
Yeah,
And
I would
lift your camera up.
These look like kind of ashy layers on the slopes of this cone.
Give me a little more leash there.
And there's kind of a slab of sulfur crust, that yellow thing up there. And a little bit up and to the right of the center. It does look pretty ash.
Bring your head to the right a little more. Let's just see the tether, make sure everything's okay there. One more click. I don't know if that's the current or the boat still moving. And you can look up a little, and that's probably good on the delta. I'll come down. I'm going to slide down a little bit more, Bill, and get closer to Atlanta.
Yep. Sounds good.
Atlanta is officially at waypoint 1.
Okay. We're going to...
And it was spot on. Tick that box.
We're going to back down slope a little bit.
You want Hercules there too, I guess. 20 meters away from
Why not?
20 meters.
Turn on our hydrophone. Beep, beep, beep.
We do. We have microphones in the Z-cams. They pick up the sound pretty good. Okay, Mackenzie, you got to come down with me, please.
Okay.
See her porpoise in there and pulling you.
Boy, that's a slope.
Yeah, definitely.
And
wow.
Yeah, you got two hands there, camera and
kind of an ashy layer, but it's cut
faster
by this little gully that we're in, or erosional channel.
Yeah, there's some tuberums.
Yeah, this is more of the
down to 15 meter delta.
Up ahead is more of the slope we're looking for, Dan.
Right
outside of this little gully. See where those tuberums are?
Yep. You have to give me just a minute here.
That's okay.
Atlanta's swinging in, and Ed's probably going to want to white balance his camera.
Okay. Visibility is definitely better down slope of that crater, so that's good.
You can stop there, Mackenzie.
Okay.
Here, I'll stop on the winch. I'm gonna. You want to be on the slope? Is that what you're saying? Right.
Looking upslope. Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. I'll come in and snuggle in here and get our manipulator out so Ed can do his thing.
Okay.
And Nav has some tick boxes too, and so does Mackenzie. If you you can write down the on seabed gauge numbers for me.
Okay.
Should be good on Atlanta for a few minutes there. Get a look at a tubie.
Some of these are intertwined.
I'm kind of amazed that the tuberums are just hanging out down here on the slope. Like they must get enough vent fluid just wafting around the summit.
Well, I guess I've never understood exactly where the hydrogen sulfide is coming from.
Yeah.
Not pure, SO2, but H2S.
Right.
And they seem to be dominant down here and then up on the crater rim.
Right.
Nautilus let off to the west there. I'm just going to come down a little bit more. No, you're good. I'm talking to myself, sorry.
Okay.
So I find something to look at while we're white balancing here.
It kind of looks like some of the tube worms might be a little bit buried or kind of by sediment, especially off to the right side. But
There's a crab on the left there. Huh?
This is a group of tube worms that actually can take up hydrogen sulfide through the tube, especially out of sediments.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
From sediments.
So maybe that's what's going on. There's another crab.
Oh, yeah.
There's quite a few of them.
I am in auto XY, so don't do your DVL for the moment.
You're going forward.
Too late. Thank you. Hey, there's one of your flatfish. Bonus uncommanded movement by Herc there. You want to reset your DVL, Anna, before I do that again? Are you happy with it there? It looks okay, but let me know when you get that done. Why did you do that, Herc?
It looks like the acoustic nav took a flyer.
Yeah, it should have been on DVL. Oh, we were on, I know it. We were not on, yeah, I know what was up. I pushed the wrong button, basically.
Dan, whenever you get the chance, if you could zoom that lower camera in more.
Roger.
Yeah, thank you.
There's a little fish down there, but it's not a flatfish, huh?
Are we in DVL mode now, or are we still in?
No.
Are you asking us, Dan?
What's that?
Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Yes, you should be in DVL.
Roger. Okay, Ed, fill your boots.
Yep, coming in.
Doing a white balance with the cameras. That's what we do at the beginning of each dive. Get the colors right.
That enough there?
Yeah, that's enough. I just need 80%. That's good. Stand by.
Trying to have the background in.
Yeah.
For you, but
something swirling around back there. You want me to? Oh, you got other views.
Yeah.
I'm going to black balance first. This is going to take the camera dark. It's intentional. Take a couple seconds starting now.
Roger.
Good black, white balance starting now. Store that.
Makes me want to draw on the screen.
Yeah, I so want to tag it. Are you good, Ed?
Yeah, I am good. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we're diving.
Yeah.
So, Rena, do you want to sit on the bottom for a minute and get a close look here, or what do you want to do?
No, I'm okay with actually just moving up slope slowly. Now, Dan, one of the things that Ava is very interested in is a red sea star that we've only seen down here rather than up further.
Roger.
So keep your eye out for that. We've collected the tube worms in the past, so we won't be doing those.
There's a sea star down there.
Where?
It's in the gully on the side of the right wall, to the right of the lasers.
Think Herc will fit in that hole?
Just below the lasers.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be able to get that.
No.
Yeah, if we could get over to the slope on to the left.
To the left?
Yeah, look at the
Okay.
structure, Jacob, on the wall.
Yeah, I was really curious because it looks like, you know, different kind of, definitely looks layered, but
Yeah.
you can also see like some like rocks embedded in the.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Are
This is.
you interested?
in grabbing? I think here it's a bit too mobile. I think when we get up to the outcrop or like the crater rim, I think that'll be kind of a ideal place to grab some rocks. But
see if I can get my ballast under control here.
So these are the tube worms that that are what we call holobionts because they have a complete symbiosis with bacteria inside. Maybe we could get a zoom on just on the end here, just to see what's on there. They have no mouth, no gut.
Go ahead.
They don't pick up food out of the water. They pick up
partial.
They pick up carbon dioxide, oxygen, and hydrogen sulfide out of the water using those little red plumes that are at the end that you can see there. They shunt those dissolved gases down into their tube, and inside is a massive specialized organ called the trophosome, which is tropho means to feed.
There's some flatfish in the background.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so these tube worms are sending the gases into that trophosome where all the bacteria are. The bacteria take energy out of the chemical reaction that happens, fixes the carbon dioxide into glucose and hands it back to the worm that has a sugar rush then. There's little anemones on the tube as well.
Circle the flatfish.
And here is a flatfish, here is a flatfish. That might be one over there. No, I'm hoping we'll get to see, there's another one over there. I'm hoping we'll get to see more as we get up further.
This, just looking at the bottom, it looks very coarse to me. There's a lot of these big rocks and my memory of this area was a lot more sandy bottom, so, but maybe we're just in a slightly different place, but it's striking me that there's a lot of rocks. All this stuff probably came out during previous eruptions, along, ash and rocks flying out of the top, flowing down slope. The tube worms are brave living here.
Playing with my hydraulics here a little to get the camera so it will tilt a little.
They seem to be doing okay though.
I see. Okay, that's better. Okay.
So here's a flatfish, the flatfish kind of are a little bit camouflaged in this gray sandy bottom, but once you get in your mind what they look like, then you see them all over the place. Like they have a little bit of a striping to them, a little bit of brown, a little bit of gray. You can see some at the bottom middle of the screen there.
There's one.
Yep, and there's a couple more just below that. Yeah, so.
And have their eyes migrated to one side of their body?
Yep. Yep, we've been able to collect some juveniles with the half migration.
Oh, really?
Right.
So when these are babies, they're little tiny fish up in the water column. They look like a normal fish.
Huh.
And as they begin to metamorphose, I think this is a left-eyed fish, which means the right eye. Nope, I'm wrong. The other way around. The left eye is migrating around the head.
That's crazy.
And then as they grow, the left eye keeps migrating so that both eyes are on top.
And there's near the lasers there's one of those crabs.
Yep, little crab up here.
What's the advantage of the eyes migrating from one side?
then they can be flat and have both eyes, because they're actually laying on their side / bottom.
Yeah.
So then they, yeah, instead of having one eye in the dirt, they have two eyes looking up. So.
Oh, that's good. No, we could just keep moving on up slope.
Slowly.
Some white matting.
Yeah, there's some white mat up there. That probably means there's some warm fluids
coming through,
seeping out of the sediment there.
So so it is telling us both the mat and the tube worms are telling us there's hydrogen sulfide coming through this slope.
Right.
So I did have a question about that. So you can get hydrogen sulfide from like diffuse flow or from, you know, gases that are exsolving from the hydrothermal fluid, but the would it be possible for like sulfate reducers to be also
Yes,
producing
exactly.
it? Yeah.
That's no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Probably what's happening in the sediment is the sulfate
Yeah.
is being used by another kind of microbe that is creating the sulfide.
Oh, really?
This is what happens actually at cold seeps quite frequently. Is you get this whole chain of sulfate, cold water, seawater sulfate going into the sediments, and then anyway, we don't need to go into cold seeps, but yes, so Jacob's right. That's probably what's generating it here.
Yeah.
So you got this really interesting behavior of the species, the sulfur element species, SO, which is an element on the periodic table. So on this seamount, we're seeing it as native sulfur, SO.
Sulfur is S.
Sulfur
No
is
O.
No, but I was just going SO3, isn't it?
4, I think.
Well,
SO,
SO4 is
that's
sulfate.
Yeah.
We also have sulfite, which is up in the water column, which is HSO3, I think. Remember, we had a Japanese colleague that was monitoring the water column.
Right.
And then we have sulfide, which is H2S. So it's a lovely chemical ecosystem.
What's the next waypoint in the plan?
Yeah, we're going upslope.
Upslope, out of this gully.
Back on that slope.
To the left.
Wow, I'm getting conflicting information. So Lynette's pointing to the next waypoint is waypoint 4. If you look at Atlanta's...
Yeah, don't worry about the waypoints. Let's just go upslope.
Roger. So if you look at Atlanta's sonar, it's kind of curious. So upslope could be that way or that way, but I'm gonna follow my nose here. This bill says go upslope, local upslope.
Yes. As Captain Jack said, the waypoints are guidelines. Or no, it wasn't Captain Jack. That was Barbosa.
Dan has said that many times.
The waypoints are guidelines.
Navigators. Roger.
The starfish, though, that is not a guideline. We have to find that.
We're looking for a starfish.
Yeah.
Yes.
They are associated with the tube worms.
Okay. So in the darker areas, the flatfish look slightly lighter, and then in the lighter areas, they look slightly darker. But you can see there's like tiny...
Let's do, Anna, let's do 20 meters east.
They're kind of scattered all over on the bottom.
Bill, quick question. Do you think this outcrop right up here is going to be worth sampling, or do you think we should wait to maybe we get up to the rim for better rocks? Or
yeah, I think there's more outcrops up around the crater, around the rim,
Got it.
I think you're right that most of this looks kind of loose. And
yeah, not the best.
Yeah. There's so much venting here, it's, you know, I'm not sure how fresh the rocks are going to be anywhere, but we'll have a look around.
Yeah, if we could come down on that sediment, would be, this is what we're looking for here.
You want me to get my ROV muddy? Is that what you're saying?
Dusty.
Actually, we really want you to get it sulfur splattered.
Oh, no, don't.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
You're
but
not supposed
we need to
say
give
that.
these guys something to do, chipping it off.
You'll suffer if it's muddy because it will drag it around for days, but I can come really, really close.
Yeah.
I'm kind of waiting for Adeline to move towards Herc, but meanwhile I'll come and perch on a rock here.
There's one over here.
Come down 5 meters.
What do you think the little holes are, Brina?
I don't know.
Come on, say it, say it. We haven't heard it yet on this expedition.
What?
Starts with a B. Second word has a T. Be funny to hear a volcanologist say it.
I'm not
the first
following
word is
you.
The first word is bio.
Bioturbation.
There you go.
There.
Okay, Ed, give us a HD shot of that fish there, would you?
Yeah, pick one and aim me at it. You got me aimed at anything but fish.
What is on this? What is this?
How about twofer? We'll go for a twofer.
Oh, those would be great.
Nice.
Okay, so we're looking at their, right here, the stomach.
Oh.
Chunk, they got sediment in their stomachs. Oh. So there's their two little beady eyes.
Beady little eyes.
Gills here. And notice the coloration Bill was mentioning.
Striped, yeah.
And the mouth is on the underside.
Oh, huh.
And these fish do this kind of movement all the time. They just do a little shuffle. They're sensing stuff in the sediment. So I am interested in sampling this sediment. That was one of the targets here to...
You want your fine mesh jar for that sediment?
Exactly. Fine mesh scoop.
Oh, scoop.
Yes, not the suction sampler.
Right.
This time. Let's try the scoop.
Are you zoomed all the way in there, Ed?
I am max zoomed.
Right.
That is...
What is it that they're trying to sense in the sediment?
I think they're trying... You see, we have done stomach analyses of these animals. In Daikoku,
really, really easy.
They appear to be eating things that are living in the sediment. We see worms in their stomach. We see little tiny bits of crustaceans.
Oh, he just ate something.
There. That's exactly. So now you've seen, he's shot out his little mouth here.
He sucked something in and spit out the sediment, huh?
Yep.
Ah.
That was nice to see. I've never seen that. Yeah.
So do you think he was hanging around that hole and then like got whatever was living in it?
Could be something nosed out there.
So
I have to go back and look at the video actually.
So it's sort of like a robin hopping around, trying to sense a worm underground.
Yep. So this fish is present on two other volcanoes, Kasuga 2, which lies to the north, and on Nico. And on Kasuga
beautiful shot of Hercules.
2,
just your iris.
Swimming backwards. So now he's over this hole.
I get distracted when that number gets to single digits. That gets close.
On Nico,
she's slowly
there are no sediments, so it's not eating sediments. They're sit and wait predators, and they lie there until a shrimp walks by and it shoots out and grabs the shrimp. So we've seen these
at Nico.
At Nico, so the little stomach is not stuffed with sediment; it's stuffed with a shrimp, a whole shrimp.
In
really?
For me, Mackenzie.
And there's more nutrition in the shrimp, and so the flatfish at Nico are larger than these ones.
Dan, I'm seeing a right to left current in my focus monitor. Just FYI.
They're really struggling because there's not a lot of things to eat there, and so they're much smaller.
Huh.
So they are, I really don't, at first we had wondered whether there might be some sort of strange association with bacteria on these fish?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
way
that
they're
we've looked at the morphology, we've looked at the gills.
Mm-hmm.
What I think these guys do, though, is get extra nutrition from the bacteria in the sediments.
Oh.
So I think there is an adaptation for dealing with extracting the microbial production here, and I believe that is why they are attracted to these
Because there's some
vents.
connection with sulfur, right?
Yes.
Which would be microbial.
And yes, and Bill says, what Bill says is right, that they are attracted to molten sulfur. And we,
which is crazy.
Which is, and on Nico, there's also molten sulfur rivulets, and these fish are right next to the rivulets on rocks, and it looks like they may be licking the rocks.
Oh, little yawn.
Yeah, it was just a yawn.
Well, now he's got a gullet full of sediment.
When you say rivulets?
Rivulets.
Rivulets?
Little streams of molten sulfur,
Okay.
and they're flapping around. I can show you that little video later.
Yeah, and here we've seen them right on or next to the molten sulfur pond. So it's, you'd think that would be someplace you wouldn't want to hang out, and yet they,
and they're on
are all over it.
They're on the rocks. There's no sediment there. So why were they so abundant on the rocks if they couldn't get nutrition from that area? So this guy's probably not going to do anything for a little bit because he's just taken a mouthful. Look, I could be wrong. Nice video.
Yeah.
Sure is. Look
Yeah,
at the
they're
sound.
just constantly.
Look at the waves of the going.
Reorienting, looking for his next meal.
So this is a new species of flatfish in the family Cynocetus.
Memory test.
CY. Cynoglossidae.
There we go.
Which is a symphurine flatfish. It was described by Tom Monroe at the Natural History Museum in Washington, and its name is Symphurus thermophilus. Thermophilus means heat-loving. So that was described from this area with the specimens. Oh, big yawn. Oh, I burp. It was.
Bring your head to the left a little and then come up easy, easy, easy. Let's get a peek at that tether.
Yeah, I'm happy to take that scoop when you're ready.
So
I'm hoping that will.
Oh, you got a little covered.
Yeah, that wasn't me. That was the fish.
Upslope. Somebody else kicked sand on them.
Yeah. You can see in the other cameras there, my net is wafting in the breeze there.
He's not too bothered by it.
And these holes that we see in the sediment, I mean, is there any possibility there's something buried under there that
No, those are not, there are animals in that. Okay. Something is making those holes, which is probably a polychaete.
A worm. So that guy's stomach looks pretty full.
Yes. Yes, and they have to get all that through their gut and expel it. Because I've never seen them really regurgitate it again, but then maybe.
Where's it going?
Oh.
So it's interesting, flatfish, if you find them elsewhere in the ocean, they often are slightly buried in the sediment away from predators.
Right.
And they use this movement to actually move them move themselves down into the sediment. But these guys,
they're not so
nope,
concerned about
they
that.
don't do that.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anything that any evidence of predation on these fish,
Right.
and we have done quite a bit of observation of them. Now you remember I mentioned that sulfite up in the water column. Do you remember us seeing dying fish?
Yeah.
Coming down,
Yeah.
dying squid. So when the volcano was quite active,
Slowly zoom out there.
Yep, coming out very slow.
we were on the slope and we were
Timber.
seeing myctophid midwater fish, myctophids and little squid suddenly falling to the bottom, dying. And they would lie on the bottom, sort of, they were obviously poisoned
I have way better control of the
by the
lens
sulfur
now.
emissions from the volcano, and these fish jumped on them. So it was a little grim because you're seeing these dying fish that have now got 3 flatfish on them trying to take bites out of the fish. And them struggling.
Scoop fish.
For the flatfish, it was a free lunch from the
Yep.
sky.
Yep.
Dun, dun,
To
dun.
supplement their
The scoop of God.
diet on the seafloor.